Hey everybody, Martyn Flicking Feathers again today, and I'm tying the rainbow attractor. It's a wee sort of blast from the past mini lure, but still catches fish, very effective, although it's maybe not as popular as it used to be. As always, I'll put a materials list in the description, along with a link to the Patreon page for anyone that wants to support the channel, get access to the members only content and be entered into the giveaways. So I've got my hook, my vise. It's a size 10 Kamasan B175, and I'm going to start some Veevus 10-aught in fluorescent white. Just going to get that on, just get it started. Now I've waxed the thread so there's plenty of grip, and I'm going to tie in 20 strands of Globrite number 4, and I'm going to tie it so it's just shy of the end of the body. So I'll come in and you can see I'm leaving plenty of space here. I'll end the body just in front of it. Just creep that back a bit more, and then just blast back, tight turns, just easing this towards myself to counteract the thread torque. Get it right back to the start of the bend, and then I'll cut it off, say about a shank length. Right. Now obviously if you're fishing competitions you need to make sure your fly's within the gauge, but I won't be, so it doesn't really matter. I don't need to check it, although this would be inside probably. I've got some silver tinsel for the body, silver frits. It's Vineyard stuff, 6mm, and I've just bared the stem, I've just stripped it. Got to catch that in, then nice tight turns, the thread, just tidy everything up, and I'll just leave my thread hanging where I'm going to tie in the end of the body. Now you see I've left quite a lot of space, right? Although there's not a lot of materials to the fly, it's quite a bulky amount of stuff that you're tying in. So leave yourself, I would say a longer head is better. You'll get a nicer shape than if you try to cram it into a wee short space. So I'm going to wind this fritz, and I'm just going to sweep it back as I go, just as you would as if you were folding a hackle, right? Just each turn, just sweep the fibre, make sure that you're not trapping any, and that you're building this wee dense body, right? This makes the fly last a lot longer, right? If you just blast forward, you don't get anything like the same durability. And make sure that this is tight. I'm stretching this fritz a wee bit as I wrap it, so that the turns are well anchored. Just come up. Now when I get to the end of my body, right, I've stroked. Now I don't know how well you can see, but that's all stroked back. It's all sort of aligned. The flash of the fritz, the line almost like shingles on a roof, so it's a nice, you know, they're lying on top of each other, and it's much harder for a tooth to get in and loosen the material. So come in, I'll trim that. Now, it's a bit messy when you trim it. I'm just going to tie everything down, come to the front, sweep in and back, and then just tidy this area up. Right, build a nice flat tie off. Now I'm going to put a bit more wax in my thread, because the Veevus is much slicker than like a uni, but I like it because it's fluorescent on the mini lures. Just got to make sure I've got a smooth, even base for my wing. Now the wing's just white marabou, but I'm using the spring water blue for Dave Downey's marabou collection, the Definite Advantage stuff. It's really good marabou that he sells, and this is also fluorescent white, although it's the colour's spring water blue. Really good. I'd recommend it. So I'm just going to take off a bunch for my wing. Pinch it at where the marabou's sort of best. Get that there for my size. Then I'll come in and cut it. I'm just going to just got to use my thumbnail just to strip the fluff away, see that, from the ends of the marabou. Gives you a much neater tie in. Just catch that, check my length, happy with that, so I'll just come in, tie it in, nice and tidy. I'll do. And then my cheeks are, I've got 10 strands of Globrite number 11, so 20 in the tail, 10 in the cheeks I think's a nice balance. But if you want a bit more, the 11, you can put it in, but you need to remember you've not got a lot of space to tie these in, so you're adding bulk every time, you know. I'll do your side first. I'll just come in, I'll tie that in about half the length of the body. 3 turns will hold it. See how that's sitting. That's nice. Trim it close. Do a better job than that. And then same on my side. Just even these up again. Make sure they're the same length. Sitting about the same. And then just come to the front again and tie up. And the wax obviously helps the look, gives you grip for the tie, and it also makes the thread grip itself, you know, the wraps before, which is what you want, especially with this Veevus, because it is very slick, and often when you tighten your whip finish down, you can end up with the thread sort of biting into itself. So built up, although the thread's reasonably, the head's reasonably big, it's neat. Right, that's what I'm aiming for, you know. I don't want a bumpy, messy head, even though it's a wee bit large. It's kind of hard to avoid with the material you're tying in. So a wee bit of super glue on this just to help. The super glue will help you build a head, and then I just run like that with it, get the excess away, and I can whip finish. I'm just doing it by hand, but you can use the tool, it makes no difference. Cut the waste away, and then a coat of varnish or two. And I mean, this is a very good wee fly, as I say, especially stockfish on still waters. But you will catch, I mean, you'll catch wild fish on it as well. I certainly have. It's a nice wee pattern. A booby version works very well too. So there you go, that's the Rainbow Attractor. Well worth having in your box. Very tough, long lasting fly, catches a lot of fish as well. So, hope that was useful, hope you enjoyed it. If you did, please give me a thumbs up below and subscribe to the channel. Tight lines guys, bye.